If it presented itself, would you get in the ring with the dude that just fought Mike Tyson?
I'll get in with anybody.
Give us some insight on Shady, McCoy, and D-Jack, man. When we was playing, like, what is something we probably wouldn't know about it ourselves that you could tell us?
I got my teeth because Demi Lovato knocked out one of my teeth through a spinning elbow at me that I had part of. We don't do that to each other.
For real?
Yeah, okay. 4-0 when I touch down. Got a whole series on lockdown. If they looking for me, tell them pipe down. We up to the test. You want hang with the best. We had direct take. Let's go.
We've got another exciting weekend of hoops coming up. And thanks to my partners over at DraftKings, I got the perfect way to even get closer to the action on the court. Right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code 2510. The crown is yours. That's right, new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins after betting just $5. And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings. Same game parlays for a shot. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use promo code 2510 and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code 2510 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Yo, what's going on, man? It's the one and only DeSean Jackson, and I got my main man, Shady McCoy here. Shady H-O-F. E-H-O-F.
E-H-O-F. I ain't get the real one yet. The E-H-O, yeah. E. Put the E in front of it.
What's good, man? I got my boy, Jay Glazer, man. How you doing, Jay?
What's going on, gents? How you doing, man? Good to see you guys.
Money making Jay. I like that.
Money making.
Hey, Jay was broke for a long time. I'm okay now, but I know what it's like to be unbreakable and broke as you know what.
Yeah.
Bro.
We allowed to curse on your podcast or no?
We got the show on here. We curse. We
Okay,
do more
good.
than curse around here.
Hey, listen, man. For this guy to say he was broke, man, New Jersey City, how you broke being in New Jersey City, man? That's a lot of money out there.
Hell no, I was in New York City, New Jersey City. Man, I was
New
making.
York City.
Hey, you guys only see this finished product now. I started covering the Giants in '93.
Okay.
My first 11 years, no, 1990 I got in the business. My first 11 years, I was making $9,450 a year.
What?
Damn.
A year. There was no NFL insider role like there is now. And
right.
so I was doing that, man. I was living in New York City. And in '93, my first day on a job, I met this goofy dude. And like me and the other reporters didn't get along, so no one talked to me. And this guy gets drafted by the Giants with bad teeth and a speech impediment. And, he got drafted to replace Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence is still on the team. And it's freaking Strahan. Thank God.
Oh, my.
And
Okay.
he drove my ass back into New York City every day because I didn't have enough money I had to take a subway to a bus to Giant Stadium back every day. It was like probably $9.50 or something. I didn't have enough to do that every day. So he drove me back into New York City every single day. And I didn't really get my first full-time gig until 1999. So I started in 89, not 90, right? 89 was my first internship. And then
I was born in 88.
gig, I got 50 grand from CBS. I'm like, thank you, my best friend, God Almighty in heaven. I said, it was a long road, baby.
I will say this, though, Jack. Every time I see Jay, though, he always looks nice, though. So this is good to hear the story that he came from nothing, though, because when I see him, he got the nice suits on, right? You know when somebody got some money, they look like they got some money. So this is a good
That's
story.
Fox's
can't hide
money. You kidding me? I don't
talking
have to
about
dress
Fox's money.
myself. I'm a Neanderthal. I'm a child.
Hey, you know they say when you get money, it's hard to not show it, man. You know, you show it every day now because you got the, nice chain on, man.
That's Fox's clothes.
The teeth look good. That's
The
they
teeth look good. Yeah,
Hey.
you know it.
I got my teeth because Demi Lovato knocked out one of my teeth through a spinning elbow at me that I had part of. We don't do that to each other. She knocked my tooth out and she posted it and had like 1 billion views. And all the dentists reached out and said, we want to be the one to put that tooth in. I said, no, you can't put one in. If you'll do them all, you got to deal and I'll post it. You got to do them all, baby.
A lot of people don't know that's about 100,000 plus right there in that mouth, boy.
Yeah, that was good.
So you ain't got the
That's how
diamonds.
much they cost?
You got to tell them to put the diamonds in. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
it was about 85 for that, yeah.
85 for that? Dang, that's paying them for the teeth?
Hey,
I just
man.
gotta get a tooth
So
knocked out.
Yeah.
Hey Jay, I got a question for you, man. When we first got on the call, you said you was off the call with Joey Douglas, man. You always got the great insights, man. Talk to me, man. The Jets just fired him, man. What's going on over there?
I think that place is just a mess. Listen, you guys know everything starts with culture, and the culture's always been bad. And teams and owners want to know, man, they keep putting in this coach and that GM and this, it never works. But they never look inside themselves. They always look at everybody else.
Yeah.
And, you look at cultures, things that don't work over and over and over and over. And it was like that with Dan Snyder, right? And look at the difference culture. Him out. It's like that with Woody Johnson, right? Even Cleveland, like really the only year they had success. Last year they had some success. But before that, the only year with his owner they had any success was the 1 year nobody was allowed in the building except football, and that was COVID. Think about that.
Right, yeah, right.
Cultures. And then look, I remember in New Orleans, they had the worst. People were wearing bags in their head, and Sean Payton went down there and wiped out 75% of the building. He changed the culture. Almost got the great ones really teach the owners how to have a winning culture.
Wow.
And if you have a guy like Woody Johnson who just thinks he has all the answers, despite losing over and over and over and over, it's not going to work. And like what the Lions did, they had the same thing, but they brought in Chris Spielman. They say, hey,
Spielman, that's right.
We need some culture here, right? And we need somebody to go from the owner to football operations, and let's change the culture, how we're going to do stuff. And they've changed the culture. But until you change it from the top, you're never going to have results. Doesn't matter. You can bring in Belichick, Vince Lombardi, Parcells, Andy Reid, all right now to the Jets. They're not going to win.
Right. That's crazy. Hey, so this was what I wanted to ask. So Adam Schefter tweeted it at 9:10. Did you know about that before or after? Was Adam Schefter the first one to break the news? We got to ask that.
So here's the thing, though. For my mental health, I barely look at Twitter anymore.
Okay.
I really do.
My mental health.
I really do. It's a cesspool, and like, man, I got issues between the ears. I'm crazy. And, I know that part of it is my own, my clinical issues. And, I'm diagnosed with bipolar and ADHD and depression, anxiety, which has made me fucking who I am. And great. It's caused me a lot of issues. But the same right, I don't want Twitter. Like, all we do is see, look, when I grew up, you got your ass kicked in the playground. It sucked for a month. But we're getting our ass kicked 1,000 times a minute now. And I think most of us aren't built for it. Or like Instagram, we're comparing ourselves to everybody else's filtered 1 second of one day. Nothing but highlights. That's not real. How are you supposed to survive that? How are we not supposed to think our lives don't suck? Like, it's hard. So as far as that though, look, for a year, I was the first minute-by-minute breaking news guy in America when that internet thing came out, which I think is going to take off in 99. And I was doing it for CBSSportsline.com. And it was me versus a guy named Len Pasquarelli and Mort and John Clayton.
Mort. I remember Mort. Okay.
Mort's the man.
Yeah.
And they were all, but it was like, man, I had 2 phones going constantly and a BlackBerry and this and that. And I broke every little thing. And as time went on, when it became who could tweet faster, like that's not what I signed up for. Like I could tweet something out and somebody gets it 30 seconds after me. That's not really breaking the story. And so I decided I'm going to make sure that every Sunday I got stuff that nobody has. And it's nothing you could take. And it's inside stuff. And every single Fox and Bill Sunday, man, you're going to learn really stuff that you cannot see anywhere else. And you have to tune in as a result of that. But now it's like, okay. And what happened was I did create kind of this competition when it was me with ESPN of who had what right first and wrong and all this shit. And I did kind of want scorecards because ESPN was stealing all my shit back then, which I used to call them out about. But now it really is. It's like, it was funny because I broke a story this year. It was Keenan Allen getting traded to the Bears. Again, I like the ones that are out of left field.
Right.
And I told my sources, hey, watch what happens now. I want you to see my business. Watch who tweets what and takes credit or like gives credit for a second and then has another tweet where they don't and they act like they had it and they pop. And that's not really what this business should be. Business should be, man, you break some news. And like it used to be also when Adam and I and Mort were going back and forth, if they had something, they have it. I don't confirm it. When I had something, they confirm it. I'm like, I don't need you to confirm anything. I've already got 3 sources to confirm it. So it just got a little bit, I think the business became something that, again, like if you're going to tweet it 5 seconds before a team announces it, it's not really breaking it, but I would use up so much of my soul on those 30 seconds to a minute in my life. I said, I don't work for Twitter. I'm not doing that. I'm saving my good stuff for Sunday.
But how does that work with the like competitive nature? Because like with coaches, I don't care
Yeah.
if they shake hands at the end of the game, they be competitive, right? Andy Reid is our guy for sure. And I remember the Super Bowl, I texted him like, hey, don't be crying and don't be being all soft when you see Howie and Mr. Lurie. And he joked with me. He said something I'm not going to say, on the pod, but there was competition there. So when you talk about the Scheffners, you talk about even like guys like Jordan Schultz, the new insider, like when you see these dudes, it's probably all cool, but is there like some competitive nature like, yo, y'all know I've been doing it for a long time, or I say you copy what I did last week. I broke that story first. Is there like some type of
I used to, but now they got respect. I used to.
So you're OG, is you trying to say?
Yeah, without a doubt. Again, I started, and then, but also when I started doing it, again, I was so broke. I was told by the old reporters, you can't cross over. You either do newspaper, radio, or TV.
Oh wow.
Or internet. You can't cross over. And I said, you guys don't decide how I put food on my plate. Like, I'm broke. You're not. So I started branching out, doing it all, and I was literally told, no, you don't do this. Well, again, I think I would hope that a lot of people realize, man, I think opened the door for a lot of these young guys who are not so young anymore. But yeah, I was definitely in the early days. So I did that fight before anybody else. Now I got new fights, and my thing is Fox NFL Sunday. And if I decide to break something on during the week that I know isn't going to be followed up in a second by someone else, then I'll do it. Yeah. But I don't have that same. It doesn't drive me crazy like it used to, because it's like I won those battles already. I'm good.
Your work's already done. I get you.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Before we go any further, man, I got to give a special shout out to our special partner at 2510, man, DoorDash.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, man, to get your day grub so you ain't got to go nowhere. You can stay right there locked in on the game. Yo door to Mo Doors, man. Hey, go download, man, DoorDash right now, man. Get your favorite food, man. Our favorite partners at 2510 show, DoorDash, man. Yo door to more, man. Salute. Appreciate DoorDash. Hey, Jay, man, honestly, man, like, what makes you who you are, man? Obviously, we've been watching you for a long time, man. I want to know your niche, man. Like, what is it that, like, every day you get up in the morning, man, is being driven from? Like, where does that come from, man? Like, I know you grew up in New York City, obviously, that grit. But, like, what is it that every day in the morning you get up, like, man, I got to break this story. I got to give this information. Obviously, you said on Sunday, people got to listen to you for the only insight that you give, and they can't get it nowhere else, man. Where do you get that from?
Yeah, well, look, some of it is that anxiety I talked about. Like, I had to figure out where I can make it my superpower, like kind of weaponize it. And that anxiety of, you always kind of think the sky's falling. And you know what it was for me, honestly, guys? I didn't have this ability, that depression I talked about, the mental health stuff, I didn't have this ability to find love from the inside out. So it caused me to go do so much stuff, to do such great stuff to get some love from the outside in, hope that it met in the middle. And I've done like a lot of firsts. Like I was and I'll tell you this, the first day I ever had in the Giant locker room, 1993, I looked around at everybody in there. I said, I cannot beat these cats at their job. I don't have the education as them. I don't have the experience as them. I got kicked out of my first college in a semester for disciplinary reasons. And then I did grow up in the Jersey Shore and then moved to New York. I was doing a lot of bad Jersey stuff and I moved to New York City to get away from it in 89. But I walked in that Giant locker room in 93 and I said, man, I can't outdo these guys what they do, but how can I be different? Most people are afraid to be different.
Right.
You want to be a face in the crowd. Yeah, I'm going to be my own crowd. So I said, all right, these guys work, 40 hours a week. I'm not going to outwork them by a little. I'm going to outwork them by a lot. I work 80 hours a week, 90 hours a week. Whenever Strahan's going to drive me home. I also said, how can I be different? Like, man, these guys use their pen as a weapon. I'm going to start relationships. Like, I don't something serious. Cover football.
Relationships
I'm
is
going to start
key.
relationships. And I was told then, no, you don't do that. Can't be friends with the players or coaches. I said, again, you don't tell me how to do my job. Like, I have more in common with you guys than I did my fellow reporters who used to beat my ass down. So I said, I'm going to start these relationships. And now everything's relationship based. But, man, I think for me, guys, just like I said, like trying to find things that kind of help lift me up from the outside in, and I've always needed like these teams to kind of do something to prop myself up. I think the second guy ever in the NFL to fight professionally in mixed martial arts and I was the first host of an MMA show in America. I started the first MMA training program in America. Had a first NFL Insider, doing the minute by minute breaking stuff. A lot of stuff that, again, I'm kind of chasing something to help me get some love from the outside in. And look, we all got some now, but that's how I deal with
Yes,
it.
we do. I will say this, Jay, man, for hearing your backstory, Jay, your brother. Jay, your brother, though. On a serious side, I want to take you back. You said something very interesting. You talked about dealing with depression and anxiety, right? And I know 2021, our little big brother, Lane Johnson of the Eagles, you had a chance to help him out to get back because he left a little bit from the Eagles. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because I think in this world we live in as far as sports, right? Reporter base, player base, we all deal with the same things. And I want you to just talk about like how that was of helping Lane out, a ball player, right?
Yeah.
And you're on your side to help him get back to the Eagles.
You know what's wilder? I said I started that mixed martial arts training program. Lane lived with me and my son for 4 or 5 months. As season
Word.
loaded, lived with us. So he knew how fucked up I was, but never said anything about him. Right. And that's the problem that we had. But also, like, man, I speak to a lot of teams now about this, where I say, this unbreakable mindset that I created for these guys. Like our fighters and football players, if you were hurt or tired, you will never, ever, ever know. You, I will never give you the satisfaction. And meanwhile, we're going to be relentless. We're going to wear you out. That's why you see Lane doesn't have his hands on his hips, like torn adductors. You don't know. You never see it. And we need that in football and fighting. But unfortunately, it's that same attitude that a lot of us carry outside of cage or off the field that gets us to cave in, like a guy like Lane, and gets them to fall off the reservation, drive right past the stadium, right to Oklahoma. And, you know, we need to start prioritizing our mental health differently now. And I tell these guys now, dude, especially as a team, lean into your freaking teammates. Best thing that's ever happened to me is I started opening up and talking about this shit. I never did. And I said, if you know, first of all, it makes you so much closer as a team. But I hit it for, again, this is my earliest childhood memory. I don't know any other way to wake up every morning, feel the sky's falling, feel the universe hates me, and I know the universe doesn't, like God and the universe love me. But the roommates in your head tell you really fucked up things.
Right.
And it's an everyday freaking thing. And you think about it, like guys on a team, once I started opening up to the world, and the very first time I ever did it was, man, about 4 years ago, right before my book. And I tell teams all the time, I know you're afraid to do this. I put this out there. And Mercedes Lewis, who's, you know, in his 82nd year right now, I've trained Mercedes for years, starting 15, 16 years ago. And the first text I got when I put this out there were like, folks, this is my truth. I always want to be of service. I'm writing a book about it, but that's not coming out for a while. And I want to wait for what's on the pages to be able to help people. This is my truth. It's what I got. Anybody else has some issues out there, I got your back. We got to build this team together. And within 30 seconds, Mercedes Lewis hits me up. Says, Coach, man, I knew you were crazy, and that's a badge of honor in football and fighting. I didn't know you were in pain. I'm sorry. I got you. Think about that.
Right.
Mercedes went from a friend to a brother. We were brothers from fighting, but that's different. And he checks on me every single week of my life since then. And then Strahan, again, who's my baby sister, we've been friends with since 93, he says to me, like, man, why have you never told me anything? I said, I don't make up the rules just like with you. I felt ashamed. And he said, yeah, but you took away my chance to be your best friend for 30 years by not saying nothing. And that was what I told Lane after that. Like, hey, Lane, think about how powerful that is.
That's wild, yeah.
Not only did you not, like, was this not pushing me away, Jay? Like, I want to be there as your best friend. This allows me to be of service. That's what brothers do.
Right.
And that's what I got Lane to start doing after that of, hey, bro, we need to start leaning into each other, checking up on each other. That's real brotherhood. When things are going down, and listen, Lane still deals with anxiety.
Yeah.
And before games, he calls me. He still throws up blood. Like, but I'm like, hey, now's the time. That means you're putting on your armor. You get to go fight today. Instead of like pushing back on this thing, all right, it's fight night, it's game night, it's game day. This is great. You live for this. And just understand, all right, this is part of my armor now. So it's not taking hold of you, you're using it. But think of the difference, like now he gets to lean into us when this stuff is going down instead of, you know, dealing with meds or something, messing with his meds or anything like that, just to try and get his head good. And now you got a team to be able to do that with. And I got an army of them out there now, which is, it's a beautiful thing. And it's way, way, way less painful. I still go through it because it's, you know, it's just there, but I got a way better way to deal with it.
How to deal with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I think that's very interesting what you said. I want to dive a little deeper. Obviously, a lot of people are dealing with the mental health and depression.
Yeah.
What are some ways or like suggestions for people that are going through that? Like, how do you relieve yourself? Obviously, is it fighting, MMA? Like, what do you do to cope or get away from that issue that you have, or to anybody else that's dealing with them problems?
Yeah. So I started getting rituals. So now when I wake up in the morning, I do breath work, meditation with my wife. I do this gratitude list. And that's all before I look at my phone, which I used to wake up to problems every day. Nothing good happens on this thing.
Right.
Nothing good happens where none of us really are the heir to a Nigerian prince where we're going to get $2 billion. That shit don't happen. Okay. So now at least I got myself in a better thing. Then I work out immediately. Right. So working out is, man, we could put that in pill form and be one of the best antidepressants ever. But when I'm struggling, when I'm going through it, one, I call 2 people and tell them I am struggling. And I call 2 other people and not tell them, but I check up on them. Because that's me being of service. And being of service is another thing that really helps lift me up. But it's, unfortunately, I've been on, I'm thinking about somewhere about 32, 34 meds, something like that for all the spectrum. Wow. And I've never found anything that's helped me. I have for ADHD, a thing called Kilbry, which is a non-stimulant. But as far as depression, anxiety, nothing works for me. I wish I was a weed guy, but I'm not. I suck at it.
What about marijuana?
Yeah, somebody should be a weed guy. It should be me. Man, I suck at it though. I get more power than it sucks.
I can help you out with that. I'll help you out with that.
Trust me, I trained with Wiz Khalifa for 7 years. I had the GOAT right there. And I sucked it.
Yes.
The GOAT under Snoop Dogg.
That's Snoop too, yeah. No, shit. Trust me. I've had it right there, man. And he's always pushing shit on me. No, you got to try this. You got to do this. And every time I've tried it with him, man, I wake up on a different planet.
I think for myself, I want to speak specifically. I lost my dad in 2009 to pancreatic cancer, and it was like my dad was my everything. He was my backbone. Yeah. Obviously, my whole career, like he meant so much to me. So I was young. I was 21 years old, and I didn't really have that backbone that like anytime I'm messing up, get on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have that no more. So for me, like my peace was like going to the water, like going to the ocean, just sitting out and just watching the rays come in and just hear that sound. Like it kind of like relieved me. So I don't know. I'm just curious because people go through a lot of things and it's like certain things work for individuals and certain things don't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's the other thing. And even that, I tell people, look, that's a part of life. And there's a difference of mental health issues and problems or bad things that happen to us, right? Mm-hmm. Bad things that happen to us could put us in a bad way. Right. But something like that, even like with death, I do people, the one thing I tell them is, hey, just because they're not here in body, like we just rent these bodies, but the souls live on forever. So, Jack, still talk to them. Talk to them all the time. Walk around them a lot all the time anyway, right? We're texting someone, we're on the phone, you can still talk to them, right? You still send messages, same thing. So I do believe that. And it's I've chosen to believe that, but I do think it's a lot. Look, I just had a little brother of mine, one of my fighters, kill himself.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, about a month ago, and I haven't lost too many of these guys. We've really done a lot of good trying to show these guys, like, man, when you have problems, you lean in your teammates, but also, like, I guarantee you when you're in that whatever afterlife, you're going to look down on all of us and be like, oh, fuck, what did I do? No, I wish I had a do-over. Well, don't have a do-over. And this guy killed himself. He lived with me also for a while. He killed himself because of problems. And, man, can't be killing ourselves because of problems. And I tell people this also. Adversity is a gift. Adversity is what gets us where we have to go. It sucks. It's painful. We don't need guidebooks in the good times. We need shit in the bad times. But the bad times mold us into these warriors and mold us into these winners and mold us into successful people. We can't run from them, and we can't leave that pain on everybody else. But I think it's more of an uphill battle now than it's ever been. I think the world's a lonelier place.
Yes,
right? With the shit we see on social media is just, it's horrible. So the more I can use my forum to be a bigger voice for players and starter players and starter combat vets. Right. And they gave me the confidence to talk about it to the world and write a book about it. So I got so much love for you guys, man. I got so much love for our vets and fighters too. Like to be able to go in a group of studs like you guys and group of vets and group of fighters and Olympians and talk about your most vulnerable stuff. and then get loved up for it, that you guys really gave me the strength to go and the courage to go open up about this publicly.
Look, no matter how your favorite team does this season, there's still a way to feel like a winner, and that's with Venmo. That's because when you use Venmo to add $25 or more to your DraftKings account, you'll get an extra $25 in bonus credits. Terms apply. Just go to DraftKings.com/Venmo to activate your offer. Then choose Venmo to add funds to your DraftKings account. Add $25 or more, and boom, 25 bonus credits will appear in your DraftKings account if you're eligible. This offer is only good until December 15, 2024, or while supplies last. So make your move before the shot clock runs out. Here's the deal. Venmo is a fast and easy way to add money on DraftKings. And if you don't have a Venmo account, don't sweat it. You can download the app and sign up in minutes. So what are you waiting for? Just add $25 or more to your DraftKings account with Venmo and you'll get a $25 bonus credit. Go to DraftKings.com/Venmo to get that bonus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Eligibility and age restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. Valid one per customer, minimum $25 transfer from your Venmo account to your DraftKings DFS account. $25 reward issue as non-withdrawable DK dollars. Site credits that do not expire. See terms at www.draftkings.com/Venmo. Don't wait.
I want to ask you, because you mentioned Michael Strahan. Now, Michael Strahan, for me, my family's from New York, so they're super crazy Giants and Yankee fans. But for me, though, I've been a fan of Mike just because the transition from being a star athlete, right, which we both were, and then now what your pro career after football. And Mike is the best walking example I've ever seen, right? Him and probably, for me, Nate Burleson is really, really good, but I think Mike is probably the Michael Jordan of that, what it looks like. Can you talk about the relationships between you and Mike, how I got there and what it is today? And also like his, because I know you know best, his transformation from being that star playing for the Giants to a star on TV.
So here's what people don't know. The amount of work that we put in. When I say we met at 93, I knew I wanted to do something. You know, I was writing for this Giants Extra magazine and was on New York One TV for, again, no money. Eventually, they paid me $450 a freaking year to do a weekly show, right?
Right.
I was like, yes, this is fucking beer money. And Red.
You said beer money?
Yeah, right.
But Stray and I would go like do appearances for $30, $0, $10, whatever it is. Like we did an appearance together.
Stray was doing that?
Hell yeah. This is the work that people don't see.
Oh.
We did an appearance at a barn for, I think he got $50 in Jersey somewhere. We did an appearance at I'll never forget. We together we did an appearance at a synagogue in Long Island. And everyone was like, they were so old, they're like a cough away from a heart attack. Wow. And he crushed it. And he always had this gift to make it feel like I'm talking to you at home. But we put in so much work. Every show I had these 3-hour radio shows that no one ever heard on little tiny rinky-dink stations. And I remember how I got them, and I got paid a steak dinner at Mickey Mantle's or another steakhouse. And
Mickey Mantle's,
a couple
okay.
places. I had another place called Bazookas in Jersey or something. I forget. But I had like 3-hour radio shows with Jets and Giant players called Unnecessary Roughness. And he showed up all the time. And he was like, I'm going to get these reps. Other guys like, nah. And Michael put the work in. So people don't understand that he worked. This is from 93 on, right? And got hired in 2007. But he put the work in. And that's what I tell players. That's the other part of this also. He put the work in for that. But football-wise, I saw how much work he put in. And football was everything to him. Like, I used to have to, again, wait for him to drive back in the city every day. I'd be waiting at Giant Stadium. I'd send people to the locker room like, can you please tell Stray to hurry up? Like, I got a date. I got to go. And he'd be like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm watching film. Like, how much fucking film you got to watch? He's like, more than everybody else.
Right.
And literally was. And he would come out and be like, oh, let me tell you what I was just watching. He's like, when John Runyon's foot goes like this, it's a run. When it's a pass, his toes are like this. Wow. On a draw, it's like this. I'm like, what are you fucking looking at? And, you know, Lester Holmes' elbow would go like this, would twitch on a play action. I'm like, how the fuck do you see this? But it was hours and hours. And the training, the work, and fucking first one in, literally the last one out. Like, he'd be the last one out by 3 hours every night. And it would kill my social life, but it made him a Hall of Famer.
That's crazy, though, right? You want?
Hey,
Okay.
You want to be great at this shit. Find out who the best is and do more than them when no one else is watching. That's the key.
So now let's get to the real spicy stuff, right? Because I always wonder, like, man, if Jay Glazer say something you don't like, why y'all don't check him like you check other reporters, right? And now I know why, though. That M&A shit is real, though.
Yeah, why are you gonna fucking check? And I don't get my shit wrong. Plus, I'll beat the fuck out of you, check me.
That's what we get. That's what we getting at right there. So talk about that. Like, where did that come from? That passion, how you wanted to start this whole thing up, and also I did research that you actually was a fighter. Like, you fought.
Yeah.
What do you know about that? Because we just seen Jake Paul fight Mike Tyson, and I'm about to have.
Hold on. Can I be messy?
Go and be messy, because I'm about to do the same thing.
So Jay, if it presented itself, would you get in the ring with the dude that just fought Mike Tyson?
I'll get in with anybody.
Jake Paul.
I'll get in with anybody. I don't give a shit if I win or lose, man. I just like to fight. I don't care. I can care less.
It's therapeutic, huh?
You think?
Yeah,
you think
I like to. The way we look, because I know I'm not talented as everybody else. I'm not as big and fast or strong as anybody else. I'm not athletic like anybody else. But man, I just like, and I just pressure. Pressure's a bitch. And I'm built like a little fucking Tyson, so I just go forward, which means I get my ass kicked a lot, but I don't stop.
That pressure hard though.
Yeah, and it makes you go, but just seeing people start to break like that is all I give a shit about. And so I don't care if I win or lose. And if you take the ego out of it like that, it makes you a lot more dangerous. But I really don't. I'm like, if you got the 5 biggest, baddest dudes in the planet, I'm like, fuck, sign me up. I get to try against them. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm just like, oh, fuck, I get a shot at this. This is great.
Right.
So, yeah, I do it in 2 seconds. Absolutely.
What I will say, though, because obviously me and Jaden, hooked up and seen each other, he used to always tell me, like, man, come to the gym, come fight. And obviously I never went. But I will say, let me ask you this, because you got great insight on this. So if Jake Paul was to fight Conor McGregor, what's your take on that one? Because you see he called out Conor McGregor. Do you think he needs to take on that challenge?
I think the weight class is too much of a way too. Yeah. I don't think
different.
I don't blame him for doing it. Conor's a big star, and Jake is smart. So here's one thing I'll tell you: Jake actually trained at our spot early on, and he was nothing like I thought. He was so freaking humble, and it was with me and Randy Couture and this Navy SEAL named Jared Shaw. And we all lifted together, and he would come, he would learn kicks, he would box, he would do stuff. And I have a thing up in the gym called Unbreakables and Mindset. He took that and put it all over his place. He was humble as shit. He's not the brand that he's built up. He did not act like that at all. I was really impressed.
That's Brandon, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon. Good for him. But the amount of work he put in, we're like, all right. And this is funny because it was early on. I think it was after his first fight. And I didn't let him spar with me and Randy. Because, again, people get really frustrated with us because we just go for it. And we make everybody throw up. And I didn't want that because I wanted Jake to keep going back. And he was so upset that I kind of put him in the class. And obviously he was way above that than what I thought about him. But I was kind of trying to protect all parties involved there. But I ended up really, really liking him. And, Mike is, he's everything. Oh, man, that's everything. But hey, I don't blame him for trying to get paid in there and go in there and fight. I didn't like what I saw the other night. That sucked.
But Jay, come on. One thing I know about you, Jay, you're a realist. Can I get your perspective on this? Because I feel like Jake Paul, obviously, I'm not taking nothing away from him. Logan Paul, they do a great job. They're influencers. But I feel like sometimes these fights they go after, I can't say it's staged, but I feel like it's always beneficial for them to come out on the winning side.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's being staged and pulled back are two totally different things. Stage is WWE, right? And you got a story. That's not in here. But it definitely seemed like they pulled it back, and that sucked. I didn't want to see that. Yeah. I always tell my fighters, too, listen, it ain't going to the fucking scorecard. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out. I don't give a shit. Let someone go. Also, like, our fighters cannot take a stool in between rounds. They got to walk back and forth and and pace back and forth.
That's why I ain't go work. That's why I ain't go work out with your ass, because I know you was going to kill me.
That's what you needed. Come on now.
He said that pressure.
Look at Lane. Look at those guys we've trained. Look at Mercedes. Look at Lane. Look at Andrew Whitworth. Andrew Whitworth we had for years.
Andrew Whitworth, yeah.
For years. But Whit would never put his head in the huddle like this. He would look at everybody else and listen to see who's got their hands on their hips, who's basically sitting on their stool, right? And go, oh, let's fucking go attack him. That's the whole point of being this relentless attitude and you not showing it in the cage or in the field. Everybody else is starting to show it. Then that's when you sharpen your weapons and you go.
Right. That pressure is real, though, because I box, right? And I sparred a couple times, and I sparred this one dude where he not as athletic as me, can't move like I can move, right? And I'm talking my trash. I was like, the brothers in sports, we the most dominant. He a Mexican dude, Man, I was hitting with all type of jabs, tools, moving around. He didn't get tired. He getting hit and kept pressuring me. So then he got me to the corner. I'm like, I didn't know what the hell to do. So I just grabbed him, dog. But the pressure part had me so tired. So when you said that, I'm like, damn, I can really relate. I do want to ask you this, though. Why is it that, like, when Jake Paul fights, he don't really fight no boxers, though? Because the only boxer he really fought.
Here's the one thing I'll say about it. Here's one thing, okay? He's fought gangsters, no matter how you look at it. Even though he matches it up well. In boxing, when you have a really high-profile contender and you start coming in, let's say an Olympian, and you come in, you go look at their first 10, 15, 20 fights, man, their collective record, they're like tomato cans.
Yep, they're
nothing.
Like, yep.
Fighting guys who are 6-22 or 1-15, you know what I mean? At least guys fighting real people on real stages. Like that. Listen, guys, that nerves for fights is nothing like it. You have no idea. Like the nerves of it's one thing when we have sparring at gym or you have a fight somewhere out. If I tell you, hey man, we're gonna fight in 3 months from now, 10:30 at night, the whole world's gonna watch. We're allowed to kill each other. It's a different set of nerves.
But why not? No, because you have a point. But why not fight? Because all the best do it. Only person I can think of that didn't go through that route is probably Lomachenko. He fought all the best like early in his career.
He's still young, and he didn't have that same pedigree as these guys.
But what I'm saying is like
forever.
So why not fight like a young, inexperienced boxer?
Because I don't think for him, money-wise, that's going to help as much.
But
I think it's him for it's a business, but he is getting guys who like Anderson Silva. Can't take anything away from him there.
Yeah, but that's not boxing. He fought Nate Robinson. That was like his first big fight.
I know. I hear you on that.
Right?
Yeah.
He knocked him out. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody
you know where we go with this, Jack.
Yeah, I just want to see some real.
He's put the work in since then. You know, and look, again, we'll see what happens. But you've got it. There's a like people want to go. Oh, let's have him go against an experienced guy right now. He's only had 11 fights. Like,
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like,
I wouldn't do it either.
But you could fight. So okay, you fought what's his name again? Silva. You said Silva, right?
Anderson Silva.
Okay, he's retired and all that. So maybe get like a retired, older boxer.
Because I don't think it's as glamorous as.
I mean, I don't know if Silver's like.
Yeah. No, but I think now he's got to. My point is, I think you're at a point now where it's time to. So
right.
I think this is his 7th or 8th fight. Again, normally 7 or 8 fights, you're fighting guys with 5-20 records. So I'm saying now it's you step up in competition. Yeah.
So let me ask you this real quick. So I never was into the MMA. I just started getting involved in it. I like this regular fighting, like boxing, punching, moving, countering. But now I'm not into like kicking and like putting you in the submission holds and choking you out, or you hugged up on somebody from the ground for 20 minutes. So I was watching John Jones. So how I got on to him years ago.
I've never seen, man.
Yo, I played with his brothers though. And they kept saying like, yo, we got a brother dog. He this, that, and the third. He's the best athlete in the family. I'm like, what? Because they both from Chandler and from Arthur. Yeah, because I played in Syracuse. They all just like athletes. So so I started watching his brother like lately. I'm like, damn, he box you, he kick you, he put you on the ground, he does everything. I want you to give me your top 5 all time though, MMA fighters.
He's won by far. And it's like, bro, when he puts his hands on you, I have never felt anything like it in my life. It's like it touched you. Feels
he put his hands on you before?
Yeah, we were in his gym in Albuquerque. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I was like,
how'd that go? John Jones, Jay Glazer, how'd it go?
It hurts. It's like it's unreal. But there are certain guys who they're just different. I remember I've told everybody this too, and I've trained a couple guys to fight him. I trained Chael Sonnen to fight him. I was part of his fight camp, and I'm like, Chael, we're gonna do 5-minute rounds with you on your back. I'm going to be on top. And we're going to have people on top. And you pushing our face to get out. And he's like, well, I said, because he's going to take you down. And Chael's like, Jay, no one takes me down. I'm like, bro, he's going to take you down. We've got to be ready. He can do whatever he wants. He's going to take you down. We're going to be ready for it. And man, Chael didn't even know how to get up from that point because no one ever taken him down. And he got taken down 6 times in that fight. Whatever he wants to do, and I've had other guys who fight him, and they kind of get mesmerized by his hips. He's the longest wingspan in UFC history. So you can't get close to him, right? Yeah. You got to kind of get on him, but you can't. He just keeps away. And those kicks of his to your knees and your feet and your calves and all this, they keep you away. You know, I've watched a bunch of film of him when we had our guys fighting him, and it's just and fighters don't really know how to do that. And that's the thing. When I would start this MMA program, I'm like, I'm going to get football players to learn the fighter mentality. I'm going to get fighters to learn the sport IQ of football players. Because y'all can't play in the NFL without being brilliant. Like, I've studied your playbook, and I've gotten Tiki Barber gave me 2 sheets of his plays one time. Formations. And he said, I'm going to test you the next day. I came back the next day, man. I got 2 of 16 right. And that was just formation. What you guys going to do? People have no idea the sport IQ, the IQ you guys have to play on this level. So I would try and teach fighters that, and I'd watch film to try and get guys to see, all right, when John does this, he can throw a spinning elbow, he's going to do this. But there was so much stuff to try and find out any sort of tell. And then the next fight, he has something else. And the next fight, he has, like this fight he just had, he worked with a karate guy like 3 times a week for it.
That spinning heel kick. Yeah.
Spinning back. Yeah, it's great. The other best of all times.
Who would you go?
Obviously, Nurmagomedov. It was just, yeah, absolutely. George St. Pierre is certainly there. I've got to kind of go my old school guys.
Is Khabib in there at all?
Yeah, that's what I said. Number 2.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
you did. Okay.
Khabib's number 2. I say, yeah, George is 3. I would say Anderson's probably 4.
Anderson's big time.
Yeah.
Do Conor make that list, or is that more hype? Am I tripping?
He might because, 2 weight class.
Yes.
What about
yes.
2 weight classes,
What about Lesnar? Lesnar not in there?
What's that?
Lesnar?
Brock Lesnar?
Yeah.
No. Because at the end, Brock I think the thing with Brock, I love Brock.
He was
but
big. Huge.
Once Randy Couture showed people that you could stand and punch him,
Right.
and punch him, and I think Brock has never been punched in his life because of where he looks like.
High, big,
Best thing, and I told one of his coaches that best thing you guys could do is have camp where he just gets his ass kicked. No one sees him. Just get the shit kicked at him so he gets past that. And he didn't get past
That's brutal, bro.
Right,
That's a different thing, man. I
said
can't
best thing
take
get his
nobody
ass
hitting
kicked.
me.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I would say Chuck Liddell and Randy Couture up there. Randy Couture
Chuck
too,
Liddell.
yeah.
Chuck was solid, though. Chuck was solid.
Chuck will be here in 9 minutes for us to go spar.
Wow.
Oh, you about to spar with him? Damn.
Yeah. We gotta.
Hey.
I literally we sent each other messages the other day. We're talking about mental health. Like, hey man, I've been in a hole lately, man. I really need to punch you in your face. He goes, I need to punch you too. Good. Okay, good. I'll see you Tuesday. Done.
That's crazy. hey, so I want to shift a little bit. I know you probably got to leave in a little bit. I got a question, man. Obviously, you really respected in your business. Give us some insight on Shady, McCoy, and D-Jack, man. When we was playing, like, what is something we probably wouldn't know about it ourselves that you could tell us?
No, I'm not gonna out you all like that.
No,
I heard from everybody you do cool stuff. I'm not gonna say shit out there.
Man,
Did you know I was getting traded? Did you know I was getting traded? Look. Did
Hey,
Chip
this
call
25
you and tell you?
Oh, I thought you meant like the shady shit. I'm like, I'm not putting that out there.
Hey, look, whatever you want to put out there, man, it's 25-10, man. We give it to you raw and cut and authentic, man. We just want to hear something. It could be good, bad.
No,
we
you
want
were
some
dude,
insight, man.
I'll tell you this, you drove coaches crazy. You drove coaches crazy. No, defense coordinators. Nuts. Drove them crazy. They used to go, it was like, they get so pissed off of their cash because they think they'd have you bracketed in a certain way, and then poof. And I'm like, guys, you know what he's going to do. How the fuck are you still mad? Like, you know what he's going to do. And poof, you just fucking run through it all. Yeah, Shady, I'm trying to think what I have on you that I could, shit. I don't think I have anything.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
No, I have something, but I can't say it here.
Damn.
You wouldn't want me to say it here. You wouldn't want me to say it here.
Look, afterwards we could talk about that, huh?
Hey, let me get one more. Hey, so look, who's the most famous person in your contacts, man? The first person that come to your mind. Who's the most famous person in your contacts? We got to hear it.
Yeah, probably The Rock, I guess. But that's like him too. That's my
Wayne
niece.
Rock Johnson, huh?
He wrote the forward to my book.
He not in your contact. Stop lying.
He wrote the forward to my book, and I was on Ballers for 5 years.
Well, FaceTime right now.
He was on Ballers for 5 years.
FaceTime right now.
He like, nah.
I need to prove shit to you.
That's my dog.
You know, I need to prove to you. I'm good.
Nah, The Rock, he everybody's favorite.
But when I told you guys that I reach out to people about mental health, he's one of them. When I'm fucking struggling, I reach out to him. Whatever he's doing, he stops. And he's like, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? And I have that with a lot of even well-known Michael Phelps. That is my battle buddy.
Michael Phelps. Yes.
He and I reach out to each other now. I'll tell you guys this. I set up, you're talking about like famous people, whatever. I set up a lunch at Sylvester Stallone's house where I brought Guy Fieri and he cooked. I brought Strahan and Stallone brought Schwarzenegger, Al Pacino, David Blaine, Frank Grillo. Oh yeah, we broke the internet.
All in the same area?
We watched the boxing match at Rocky's house. It's fucking unbelievable.
Hey, you know,
Stallone's one of my guys too, big time.
You know Rocky's real though. You know that, right? I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Okay,
Yes.
just so you know that. Okay.
Bro, I love him so much, man. Same thing though, man. He's fucking there for me. I'm there for him.
I do want to ask you this though before we let you leave, man. So this is going into your 21st season with Fox, right?
21st. I'm in my 21st. Yep.
Wow. So let's talk about that whole journey, man, because you know, like that's a long time, and it seems like you still love it and you're still on top of your game. Can you just talk about that for a second?
God, I love it so much.
That's flowers though, dog, for real.
Yeah, real thank you, man. And it's what makes us so successful. Like people don't realize, like, dude, we love each other. We hang out constantly. We are best man at each other's weddings. There's been a lot of freaking weddings. Godfathers of each other's kids. We do Thanksgivings together. We do holidays together. We get together in the off season. Like we freaking love each other. And a lot of shows aren't really like that. Like we constantly, and we are brothers. And to be together for 21 years, and Howie and Terry and Jimmy for 31. You know, I've been there 21. I think Kurt's been there 20, 19. Stray's been there 17. You know, think about that as a relationship. You don't really have that. And we've gotten closer and closer. As we've gotten older, we've gotten closer. But the crazier thing is, as we've gotten older, our ratings have gone up. And
Yes,
I think as there are more options out there, people get afraid of change. They may dabble their toe, but they go back to what they know. And our ratings have never been higher. Highest our ratings have ever been. Like, we are crushing our opponents right now. And I think also a lot of people that grew up with us, and now their dads that they get to watch with their kids, like they watch with their dads, or kids with their grandparents. You know what I mean? They're able to do the same things. So I just think we have brand loyalty. But man, these guys and I, we are, for a marriage is what we all are. Yeah. We barely fight. And when we do, we work it out like every other locker room in the world.
Well, look, I'll be on there later this year. I'll be coming some appearances on there, so show me some love.
Yeah.
And Fox got the Super Bowl this year, and everybody knows you throw a lot of great parties. So this year, 25-10 show, D-Jack and myself and the crew, we want to invite to the party, baby.
I got out of that. I finally stopped doing it last year.
The year
in Vegas.
I
didn't do it in Vegas.
Damn.
I didn't do it because you know what happens? Let me tell you what happens, okay? So my last one was Arizona. And we have VIP tickets for all my friends.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Hold up, before you go, I got to tell you this quick story before you go. So the last time we had it was in Arizona, right?
Right.
So he had a big-ass party. So they wouldn't let nobody in there. I'm like, damn. So I knew it was his party. I said, look, man, I had to flex who I was to get up in that joint. They wouldn't let nobody in there. And I had to, drop some names and a third. The line was around the corner.
No.
Matter of fact, what's the rapper's name? Damn. I forget the rapper.
OT
The rapper.
Genesis? OT Genesis?
Nah. It was bigger than him. He couldn't get in there.
No, he was with me. He was with me.
No, but it wasn't him.
He came with me, though, so that's
okay, all right. But nobody can get in there, though. I had to go to the front like, yo, man.
Here's what happened. So we had all these names. Anybody you were actually on a list because you were Fox. All these Fox people, all my friends, and they had no fucking wristbands, or they gave them out before I knew where people got there. So I spent the whole party going downstairs and pulling people in. And there were head coaches, GMs, players, perform this and that. And I was like, this is the last fucking time I'm ever doing this. But mind you, the first one I ever did, 2007 at my house. It's the greatest party in history of life.
At your house?
It was at my house in Arizona. There was 160 women and 60 dudes. And what I did was,
I like that ratio.
I had my fight team back then walk around and go around and to stray dudes and say, who are you here with? We're here with these two girls. Sorry, there's a strict no dude policy. You got to be an NFL player or a friend of Jay to be in here. But don't worry, we have cars for you out. And we limoed out all the dudes. It was the greatest thing ever, man. It was just NFL play. We had both the Patriots and the Giants were there. It was on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. I forget. I think it was Tuesday night back then. It was fucking Richie Incognito was the dancing girl.
My boy, Richie.
Yeah, behind the screen. I remember Marshawn Lynch showing up and him at the Scottsdale Cougars was pretty fucking funny. But he was, I think, he was a rookie that year. It was a great party. But because of what happened to you, I didn't want to throw them anymore. I don't want people getting mad at me at my own party.
Oh no, I got in that motherfucker. I got in there, but I will say this though. I don't know if you married or not, but man, it was in there. Jack, Mac, They was in there, Jack. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
they were. Yeah, they were. I got married in May to a beautiful girl named Rosie Tennyson.
Oh, congrats. This is before the marriage. Congrats.
Before the marriage, yeah. Oh yeah, trust me though. That's half the reason why I threw those parties, no doubt.
Yeah, that don't.
D-Jack, you know me for a while, man. I've liked to have fun.
Hey man, that's what I say. I gotta reach out. We still gotta make up, even though you married. We gotta go link, man. I gotta pull up on you, bro.
Oh, you love my girl though too, man. My girl's amazing. My girl and her sister Renee Tennyson. They were the Tennyson twins. They were the Doublemint twins back in the day. My wife was the first black model for Fredericks of Hollywood.
Oh, my sister though. Okay, bro. Okay, my
yeah.
brother. Okay.
And her identical twin was the first black playmate of the year. So these two got some sway in them, yeah.
Okay.
I heard
they're great. They're fucking awesome though.
Hey, this the last question, man. We're gonna let you off, and I gotta tell you this too, man. I know you personally. I just gotta reiterate and tell you again, you a crazy mother sucker. And the reason why, I'm sitting back and thinking about, you just said Chuck Liddell, I need to punch you. I need to get punched.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Y'all like, what goes through your mind? You talking about I got to get punched and you got to punch me? Like, you crazy, bro. I know you know that, though.
Hey, I wish medication worked for me. It didn't.
Hey, he said, I want to get punched and I'm going to punch you in the face.
I heard him.
I don't want to get touched.
Damn.
But last question, man. You got a lot of best friends, man. The list goes on and on and on, man. I'm going to name a few names. You can only pick one of them, man. Who's your bestest out of all these dudes I'm about to name?
Strahan's my guy.
Over Sean McVay, Michael Phelps, Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, Chris Long.
Yeah.
Michael Strahan, you taking Stray?
Michael Strahan, he wasn't in that list. So them other guys. So you got to pick out of them other guys.
So we ain't gonna put So Michael Strahan, man. So we got McVay.
Yep.
We got Phelps. We got Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton. He said Jim Harbaugh. And we got Chris Long.
I like Jim, but he wouldn't be on the list.
Well, all right, so out of them names right there, who you gonna pick?
Who's last?
Chris Long.
Chris Long's my little brother, man. I've known him since he was 9. Man, I'm not gonna have anybody pissed off because I didn't rank him higher. Fuck you guys.
It gotta be hold on. It gotta be one person.
I ain't doing that shit. Stray's my guy. Stray's my fucking ride.
I heard the fuck out of that, man.
Jay, thanks, man. We appreciate that, dog. It was a great episode.
Salute,
you got a lot going on, man, and a lot of people can learn from you for sure, man. You're OG in the game, and we appreciate you for coming on 2510 Show.
Anytime I can help you guys, let me know, man. I'm here for you.
Hey, hold on, goddammit. I ain't letting you off the hook. Ravens or Frisco? I see you got the helmets behind you. Who you taking?
Ooh.
Pick one team.
Oh, I don't even put that up there. I got a whole nother wall over here.
All right, well, you got them getting away from the question. Pick one team.
Or Super Bowl pick.
Now, for my Super Bowl pick, either one. I don't think. No. I think Lions and Chiefs, and still like Lions right now. That culture of violence, like I was talking about, be more violent, right? And be, just relentless, pressure. That's who they are, man. I'm looking at Detroit right now.
EAGLES.
Yeah, we going this year,
Eagles,
baby. We going this year, baby.
I hope so. I want to see it.
All right, Jay. Appreciate you, brother.
Yep. Love you guys.
That's it. Another episode, 2510 Show. You gotta like, subscribe, tune in, tap in. We had Jay Glazer on here. Another episode. And whoever y'all want to see, man, y'all hit us on the comments. Let us know who you want to see. We got y'all. Shady McCoy, DeSean Jackson.
Hey, you know what's crazy though, man? Jay, man, good dude, man.
Hey, we hanging out too, dog.
Hey,
we gonna come hang out with you.
He got the little man syndrome, though. You know he little, but he damn strong as hell. You don't want to get punched by him.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Yeah, okay. 4-0 when I touch down. Got a whole series on lockdown. If they looking for me, tell them pipe down. Look, we up to the test. You want hang with the best. We had direct take. Let's go.